Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In Islam, worshiping Allah is our main purpose. And one of the things that I've learned about being Muslim is that taking care of myself is worshiping Allah. Allah has given me this body, this self to take care of. And when I take care of it, it's taking care of Allah's creation, and it's keeping in mind that Allah meant it for worship. Allah meant it for getting closer to Him, to taking care of others, and doing my best. And when I first heard that something simple like brushing your teeth is worshiping Allah, taking a nap is worshiping Allah, taking good care of your body by eating right and exercising is worshiping Allah, I was shocked because somehow in my mind, as a Christian, worship was specifically when you're in church and singing or praying, and it never extended to daily activities, even taking care of other people or helping other people. These things were just good deeds. It wasn't in worship of Allah. It was be a good person. And when you look at it from the perspective of Islam, Allah has given you this body to take care of. He's given it to you so that you can do good for others. And I've always learned over time that if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people. And it's just a matter of energy and time and financial abilities. Like, if you don't have yourself taken care of in those aspects, you can't help another person. You don't have the energy or time, or if you aren't frugal or making sure that you aren't wasting your money, how can you give it to charity or help someone with their groceries one day if you're spending it on something that you don't need? But especially when I heard like brushing your teeth is worshiping Allah, I just kind of sat there and had a realization that worshiping Allah is through simple daily acts of kindness to yourself and to other people. But I think for me, it also framed my health as a completely new thing to focus on. Growing up, I was a hefty child. I definitely cleaned my plate at the dinner table. I always turned to food as my emotional support. So if I was upset, if I was anxious, if I was angry or embarrassed or any uncomfortable feeling, I would eat as my comfort. And it definitely showed. By the time I was about 13, I was already 150 some pounds. Like, was always it was always embarrassing in gym class, for example, because every year we had physical tests. And part of this was weigh-ins. And we had to stand on a scale in front of everybody and get weighed. And every single time it embarrassed me and made me feel really bad because I would look at the number and it would be higher each time. And I would say aloud, like, well, that number doesn't decrease my value. That number doesn't show how good of a person I am. And the person doing the weigh-ins was usually one of the other students' moms who helped in class. We had quite a few who would volunteer regularly as like teachers' aides. And they would always be encouraging and say, of course, like, that number doesn't mean you're not beautiful. But I always stepped away feeling crappy, like feeling like I wasn't up to whatever standard of beauty or health that others expected of me and or suggested for general, like, you're not living your best life. You don't have a high quality of life if you are overweight. And a lot of this compounded onto the problems I was having emotionally. And of course, food was my present and was the only thing that made me feel happy. It made me feel full, obviously, but it was not healthy. And I didn't understand how to communicate my issues, so I just ate them. And I developed a lot of health issues, a lot of autoimmune diseases, diabetes, and ironically, none of these issues came about because of my weight. I actually became diabetic because of medication that I was on for treatment of a different disease. But of course, once I had it, the genetics of my family, of all the women having diabetes, kicked in and said, yay, we're diabetic now, and just ran with it. And it got to the point where, like, my weight was becoming more of a problem. Technically, I wasn't having major issues, like my liver was completely fine. They did all these tests that obesity makes a huge factor, like fatty liver disease, heart disease, other complications that can arise, and I was good. All of those tests said that I was healthy. There was even a summer where I rode my bike for 10, 12 miles a day because I didn't have a car at the time, and the scale never moved. It was super frustrating. Like, I looked trim, but the weight was still there. And I reached about 300 pounds. And at that point, my diabetes was completely out of control. And I couldn't lose weight in order to get that under control, stable, even close to the A1C, the average blood sugars that it should be, and the medicine wasn't helping either. So I had a sleeve gastrectomy because the only way to get that diabetes under control was to lose a massive amount of weight. And it, Alhamdulillah, worked. I am no longer 300 pounds, and my weight is in a manageable level. Within 3 months, I lost 70 pounds, and everything started feeling better. Everything became easier. And all of those things I'd said in my life previously of, oh, I'm just big boned, and oh, my weight doesn't affect my overall quality of life, and oh, it's fine. Like, I can still do X, Y, Z. But the fact of the matter was, I was in denial. Like, I couldn't do a lot of things. Not just because of my weight, it was also because of my health issues. But it definitely didn't help. And after losing weight, it honestly gave me so much more energy to just live. And I had lost this weight after becoming Muslim. And when this understanding of worshiping Allah came to my health and my ability to take care of myself, eat properly, exercise, sleep on time, all of these things became so much easier. And also that perspective keeps motivating me to stay on track. And there are definitely some times where I still want to eat because I'm upset or something's going on, and or I'm just bored and I want a snack or something. And the hardest thing about losing weight is not eating. And I still eat everything that I did before surgery, just less. And other than that, it's about the perspective. It's about understanding that my weight, as it was, definitely impacted my energy and also my motivation and just want to do anything about it, and also just do anything in general. And losing weight allowed me to enjoy hiking again, even jogging. And it allowed me to understand a better relationship with my food, and that it's not something to go to in a crutch, in an emotional crisis. It's something that is sustaining. And who sustains me? Allah. So with each bite is Bismillah. And this is something we do, especially in Ramadan, is be more conscious of our food and the fact that Allah gave us this food. And so that sustaining my life, sustaining me throughout the day, is not this plate of biryani. It's Allah. And it definitely has given me a healthier perspective on life, and also given me a more conscious understanding of worshiping Allah and keeping Allah on my mind instead of what am I going to eat next. And I think a lot of it has to do with understanding and not denying the fact that my relationship with food was super unhealthy. And it did impact how I went throughout my day. And oftentimes I would feel like after binge eating that I wasn't worthy of love, I wasn't worthy of whatever good thing that came my way. It was something that just, oh, it's part of luck. I would feel like I didn't deserve to eat if I made a mistake or did something bad to somebody or bad to myself. It definitely changed my perspective on what I deserve, and I do deserve the care and attention and love that Allah gives me. And worshiping Him is all in my best interest. And from brushing my teeth to taking a nap to making Salah, Ya Rab, Alhamdulillah, all of it is to the worship of Allah. And I am grateful that I am where I am today, and how much Allah has given me in opportunity to change and get better. May Allah keep you happy, healthy, and safe. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Do something to worship Allah through taking care of yourself. It's important, and it will make you happier. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a good day.